Welcome to CultureAlley Spanish. Hola, this is Español Lesson 24. Let's start by going over some of the phrases that we learned in the last lesson again. I go translates to yo voy. We go becomes nosotros or nosotras vamos. You go will be tú vas, with singular and informal context. And for plural, you go translates as vosotros or vosotras vais. And when said in a formal way, you go becomes usted va for singular subjects, and ustedes van for plural subjects. He or she goes becomes él or ella va. They go will be ellos or ellas van. Let us see how to express far and near. Is it very far? Translates as está muy lejos. Note that lejos means far or away. No, it is quite near becomes no, está muy cerca, where near is cerca. Let us revise the conversation between Lisa and Mark describing where someone is going. Mark, hello, translates to hola. Lisa, hello, good morning, will be hola, buenos días. Mark, are you going to Madrid? Becomes ¿Va usted a Madrid? Lisa, yes, I am going to Madrid. Translates as sí, voy a Madrid. Mark, so am I. I am Mark will be yo también. Soy Mark. Lisa, nice to meet you. I am Lisa becomes mucho gusto. Soy Lisa. Great. Let's look at the other conversation around buying tickets and asking about fare prices. Mark gets to the train station. Mark, how much is a ticket to Madrid? Translates as ¿Cuánto es un billete a Madrid? Amy, $20 becomes $20. Mark, one ticket to Madrid, please. Translates as un billete a Madrid, por favor. Awesome. Let's move on to today's lesson on asking for directions. In a new country, when you are traveling on your own for business or pleasure, it is important to know how to ask for directions and figure your way around. Now that we know how to communicate where we are going and how to buy tickets for the place, let's look at some important phrases that will help us reach our desired place. Today we will learn about asking for directions in Spanish. You don't want to get lost in a new country. Let's start with the most common phrase used to ask for directions. Where is a certain place? Let us see how we say, where is the airport? Where is the airport translates to ¿Dónde está el aeropuerto? Say that, please. ¿Dónde está el aeropuerto? Note that the airport becomes el aeropuerto. Where is the bus stop will be ¿Dónde está la parada de autobús? Can you say that, please? ¿Dónde está la parada de autobús? Note that the bus stop becomes la parada de autobús, literally meaning the stop of the bus. Try saying the bus stop in Spanish. It is la parada de autobús. We use la because it takes up feminine form. Good. Now let's look at another common phrase that we can use to ask for directions. How can I get to a certain place? We'll first look at the translation for how can I get to. Can or to be able to becomes poder. To reach or get is llegar. And to is a. Here's a quick pronunciation tip for you. Double L in Spanish is pronounced as Y. Hence, llegar is pronounced as llegar. Say that, please. Llegar. Good. Let's look at the word-for-word translation. How translates to como. Can translates to poder, but it will not be used as poder. We'll see the correct form of can in the upcoming slides. I translates to yo. Get becomes llegar. To will be a. As promised, let's see why we can't use poder as it is. As a verb, poder means to be able. In its conjugated forms, it is frequently translated as can. So we can say that can translates as poder. I can becomes puedo. One more time. Puedo, meaning I can. Usually, poder is always followed by the second verb in its infinitive form, or you can say the non-conjugated form. Since we have already conjugated poder, which changed to puedo, we use llegar as it is. We don't need to say puedo llego. Can I get will be puedo llegar. We do not change llegar or conjugate it. It remains in the infinitive form. So, how translates to como. Can will be puedo. I here becomes yo. Get is llegar. To is a. Can translates to poder, which undergoes a spelling change. The O gets changed to UE, so I can becomes yo puedo. We can omit the pronoun yo here as it is obvious from the changed verb form. Thus, how can I get to translates to ¿Cómo puedo llegar a? Can you try that, please? ¿Cómo puedo llegar a? Note that llegar is to reach or get. Let us take an example. How can I get to the hotel? Let us see its word-for-word translation. How translates to ¿Cómo? Can becomes puedo. I will be yo. Get is llegar. To the translates to al. Hotel is hotel. Note that to the is a plus el, which on contraction becomes al. Very good. Since hotel takes up masculine form, we use the masculine form of the or el with it. Remember that to plus the for masculine usage will be a plus el and gets contracted to al. Thus, how can I get to the hotel translates to ¿Cómo puedo llegar al hotel? Where to the is a el, which becomes al. Can you try asking, how can I get to the hotel? How can I get to the hotel translates to ¿Cómo puedo llegar al hotel? Excellent. Let's now look at the Spanish names of some more places. Notice the gender that the place takes and the corresponding form of the carefully. How do I get to translates to ¿Cómo puedo llegar? To the downtown will be al centro. Try that, please. Al centro. To the train station becomes a la estación de tren. How will you say that? a la estación de tren. To the airport is al aeropuerto. Can you say that? Al aeropuerto. To the hotel becomes al hotel. And to the hostel translates as al hostal. Great! To the train station is translated as a la estación de tren, literally meaning to the station of train. Estación de tren takes up feminine form, hence we use the feminine form of the, which is la. To the or a la does not get contracted in feminine form. Here we have a quick tip to help you memorize. Downtown is called centro in Spanish. This word is derived from the fact that downtown is usually at the center of the city. Great! All right, it's quiz time. Let's see if you remember what we have learned so far. How will you say train station? Will you say estación de tren? Estación or tren estación? Train station translates to estación de tren. How did you do there? What will be the translation for to the airport? Will it be a el aeropuerto or al aeropuerto or a la aeropuerto? To the airport becomes al aeropuerto. Hope you got that correct. How will you say to the hostel? Will you say al hotel or a la hostal or al hostal? The correct answer is al hostal. Hope you got that one right. Moving on, what will be the translation for the bus stop? Will it be la parada de autobús or al parada de autobús or el parada de autobús? The bus stop will be la parada de autobús. Very good. How will you say where is? Will it be ¿dónde la está? ¿Dónde está él? Or ¿dónde está? The correct answer is ¿dónde está? Hope you got that correct. How do you translate how can I get to in Spanish? The first option is ¿cómo poder llegar a? The second option is ¿cómo poder yo llegar a? And the third option is ¿cómo puedo llegar a? How can I get to will translate as ¿cómo puedo llegar a? Excellent! Now that you understand how to ask for directions, it is essential to also learn some vocabulary that will help you understand the replies that you may receive from locals. Left translates to izquierda. Say that, please. Izquierda. Right is derecha. Can you say that? Derecha. On the left will be a la izquierda. Try that one. A la izquierda. On the right becomes a la derecha. Say that also. A la derecha. There translates as allí. And here is aquí. Remember these well. There is allí, and here is aquí. Great! Did you notice the pronunciation of izquierda? In clusters such as qui and gui or ge, the U is always silent unless it bears a symbol, like in gue. Try saying izquierda. It is izquierda. Good. Let's look at a conversation between Mark and Amy. Mark is lost and meets Amy at the bus stop. Mark: hello. Amy: hi. Mark: where is the airport? Amy: it's here on the left. Mark: ah, yes. Amy: near the train station. Mark: thank you. Let's look at the Spanish translation of this conversation. Mark says hello. As we know, hello translates to hola. Amy says hi, which is also hola. Mark, where is the airport, translates as ¿Dónde está el aeropuerto? Amy, it's here on the left, will be está aquí, a la izquierda. Mark, ah, yes, becomes ah, sí. Amy, near the train station, translates to cerca de la estación de tren, literally meaning near of the station of train. Can you try saying near the train station in Spanish again? It is cerca de la estación de tren. Finally, Mark's reply, thank you, becomes gracias. Wonderful. All right, it's quiz time once again. How will you translate on the left? Will you say la izquierda or a el derecha or a la izquierda? On the left translates to a la izquierda. Hope you got that right. What will be the translation for here on the right? Will it be allí a la derecha or aquí a la derecha or aquí el derecha? Here on the right will be aquí a la derecha. How did you do there? Moving on, how will you say the airport is on the left? Will you say it as el aeropuerto está a la izquierda or el aeropuerto a la izquierda or el aeropuerto está a la derecha? The correct answer is el aeropuerto está a la izquierda. Did you get that right? Let's revise using a conversation between Mark and Lisa. Mark meets Lisa on the street. Mark: hi, how are you? Lisa: fine, thank you. Mark: how can I get to the train station? Lisa: it's there, on the right. Mark: thank you. Lisa: you're welcome. Let us look at the above conversation in Spanish. Hi, how are you? Becomes hola, ¿cómo estás? Its reply, fine, thank you, translates to bien, gracias. how can I get to the train station becomes ¿Cómo puedo llegar a la estación de tren? Its reply, it's there, to the right, translates to está allí, a la derecha, where allí means there. Finally, thank you is gracias. And you're welcome becomes de nada. Great! All right, it's time for the Culture Leaf of the day. Today's Culture Leaf is about Tuesday the 13th. Unlike the commonly known superstition, where Friday the 13th is considered unlucky, in Spain, Tuesday, not Friday, the 13th is unlucky. There's a saying, martes 13, ni te cases, ni te embarques, which means Tuesday the 13th, don't get married, nor board a ship or plane. In the next lesson, we will look at genders and plural forms of nouns. As we have been learning, in Spanish, nouns have genders associated with them. Now that you have built sufficient vocabulary and understanding of Spanish, the next lesson will help you in identifying genders of nouns, which will help in making masculine and feminine forms and also converting singular and plural forms of words in Spanish. We hope you enjoyed your lesson today. See you at the alley for the next one.